Hey, everybody, this is Steve Knotts from the User Experience Podcast, and today we're going to talk about webhooks. Webhooks are a communication from MemberVault to another site that tells each other to do something. So, for example, if someone buys a product on an external shopping cart and you want to tell MemberVault, this person with this email address bought this product, have MemberVault give them access inside MV. That's what a webhook can do. Like Samcart, for example, the shopping cart platform, a person could buy something in Samcart, put in their email address, and you use a webhook for Samcart to go through to MemberVault, so the person gets access to the product. Another way to use webhooks might be with your email service, where you have an email and you send a link, and when someone clicks that link, you want them to get access to your freebie hub. So I'm going to show you how to set that up today. That means the person opens the email, clicks the link, and automatically your email service uses a webhook to go into MemberVault, take that email address, put them into this MemberVault product, so the person instantly gets access right inside. Webhooks are super cool. They're basically, think of webhooks mainly as something coming into MemberVault from another place and telling MemberVault what to do. Now, you can also, in some situations, use MemberVault to send a webhook out to another service and deliver email address, name, first name, and last name. That's the final thing. So for now, just think about there's another site, something's happening, a webhook is a message coming from out there into MemberVault, and we're going to look at how to set that up and a few examples of what that looks like. Now, normally I do this as an interactive podcast where you can pause and set up something in your MV or whatever. This is a little bit more advanced, so I'm not going to do the pause and activity for this one. I just want you to watch and absorb what we're doing and then decide what you're going to use this for and map out the steps before you start connecting it. It really does make a difference to map out the steps so you can go through each one by one and figure out which step goes in order to get it all connected. So let's go to my MV and we'll start looking around. We're going to go to Advanced Integrations first. So we go to the Integrations tab, click Advanced, and you'll see all these different integration services. I use ActiveCampaign, so we're going to do a demonstration with that. But just for example, if you want to zap with Zapier, or Zapier, I say Zapier, zapping someone from another app into MemberVault. So you set up a trigger in Zapier that says, when this happens, we're going to send a message to MemberVault to have that person add user to the product. And it lets you choose all the parameters and everything for that to happen. If you're zapping someone from MemberVault out to another app, mainly for unsupported email services, then what you do is the trigger event, which is like the starting thing that makes the webhook happen. You could say, oh, a user is added to a product in MemberVault. Okay, like maybe they purchased it inside the MemberVault cart, or they signed up for a freebie product. Then you select your account name and everything and decide the data to get sent out. So MemberVault will use a webhook to send that out to some other email service, for example, so that that email account will get the user's email address, first name and last name, put them into the email list, and then you can send them your follow-up welcome message about the product they just signed up for. So that's how you would do this with Zapier for webhooks coming into MemberVault or webhooks coming out from MemberVault. Let's look at ActiveCampaign. This is the service I use. Let's say we're going to add a person to my new subscriber hub. That's called the Sub Hub for purposes of demonstration. And the webhook is all about having a message coming from somewhere else. We're going to set that up in a second that adds a user to the Sub Hub. Super cool. So for ActiveCampaign, I select which product and I do show URL. And I want to copy this URL. You can say it's a bunch of stuff. The part that makes sense to me is the beginning says courses.mixarchitecture.com. So, okay, that's my custom domain. There's API, which means it's doing some magic code that Mike built. And at the end, it says course ID equals 100. That's the course number in MemberVault for this course. You don't really need to know any of that stuff. I'm just telling you what I see in case you have a techie brain and you want to know what's in that piece of code. So now I have the API URL. Let's go over to ActiveCampaign. Let's say I want to send an email, and when a person clicks a link, they're going to get added to my subscriber hub. So let's do start trigger and clicks a link in an email, which should be fun. I don't have a new email coming up for this, so I'm just going to pick an email from what I sent on Saturday, select a link. I had a YouTube video in there, and it's going to run once. So now basically, even right now, after Saturday, anytime somebody opens that email and clicks the link of that YouTube video, it's going to automatically add them to my subscriber hub. Why would I want to do that? Well, let's say I had a video that shows something that subscribers get access to, and I want all my new people to come in, watch the video, and say, hey, I want to be part of that. I want to be part of this live review stream or this Q&A that Steve is doing on YouTube that's available, where they could maybe go into my subscriber hub and drop questions in a quiz, and then maybe I go live in a YouTube video and answer the questions on YouTube. That would be cool, right? But they have to be in the sub hub. So what's going to happen? They're going to click the link in the email. They're going to go to the YouTube video and watch one episode. And then next time, they're going to go to the sub hub and drop their questions, and I'll answer their questions in a YouTube video. So that's my theory for this demonstration scenario. What just happened is, so far I just started the automation, contact clicks link, okay? That's the trigger. Now what's gonna happen, this is where we're gonna paste in the webhook thing. I wanna go to conditions and workflow and drop a webhook. It says post contact data to a URL of your choice. So there's my little field. Make sure I get the HTTPS only once. That is the exact link that I copied from my MemberVault webhook setup. Okay, so that's my URL. Inside ActiveCampaign, I want to post that URL. So now basically, ActiveCampaign is in charge of email, right? They know my people, their names, their first name, last name, and their email address. So ActiveCampaign sends the email. The person clicks a link. ActiveCampaign sees the click and says, aha, that link is going to take this email address and tell MemberVault to put them into the subhub. Okay, that's the exact connection. ActiveCampaign knows which person's reading the email. They know which email address clicked the link. They track the link. They track the link and the click, and they are using the webhook to bridge out of ActiveCampaign over to MemberVault to add that person into that subhub freebie product, which means next time I send an email, I can use a one-click link and tell them, hey, click here to drop your questions for next week's YouTube stream. And then they click the email, they go directly into the product, which they already have access to, like the magic of webhooks. And they can type in the answer and the quiz, and I get a notification on it. I'm going to actually do that. That's a really good idea. I was making up this demo scenario. Usually I collect questions from my Facebook group, but now that I think about it, I'm like, why don't I just use quiz answers for that? So this is an evolving process, but these webhooks will definitely work for you for multiple applications of what you want to do. So that's basically all you have to do. And then I go up here and click active to switch on the automation. And next time anybody clicks that link in that email, the webhook is going to run and they're going to be added to that product. Now I'm going to set this to inactive because I don't actually want to run this yet. And realistically, what I would do also is after adding them to the product with the webhook, that's all that happens. Nothing else. MemberVault doesn't tell them you're added to the product or send an email or anything. So what I want to do after that is send an email, create an email and say, hey, guess what? You just got access to this great subscriber hub. Here's where you drop your questions for the next YouTube live stream. Click this link. It'll take you directly to the quiz where you put in your questions. Let me know what's on your mind. We'll do an Ask Me Anything video, and I'll answer your question on live video as soon as we start. So you want to have your automations after a webhook. You want to go to the next step and enter them into an email sequence to let them know you have access to the product. Welcome. Here's your login information. Here's step one. Click into this module, start the lesson, get some engagement points. Anything you want to do in the world of MemberVault can follow up with the emails that you do after the webhook. So that's a basic example of how to add a user to a MemberVault product by clicking a link in an email. Now, let's say we want to use a purchase example. This is example number 2. A person goes to another site, buys something, and we need MemberVault to know. Like, how do you know? Well, here's what we're going to do. For my example, I have some Gumroad products, which are like small little one-off things that people can sign up, almost like a lead magnet, but with a pay what you want kind of thing. The product is called Project Pack Epic Buildups. $19, pay what you want. You don't really need to know about all this. The point is that I'm just showing you an example of where a person would put in, let's say, $25. They click the buy button, and here's the interesting part. Name and email address. So when they complete the purchase, all this information is going to go over somewhere else. Where is it going to go? Well, I set up with Zapier a connection. And this is where it gets, I'm not sure which email service you're using or which shopping cart service you're using. Some shopping carts like Samcart, you can integrate directly with your email. So they buy in Samcart, it adds a tag or does whatever, and your email service gets the new contact with their email address and name. In the case of Gumroad and ActiveCampaign, I had to bridge with Zapier. So they make the purchase here in Gumroad. Zapier says, aha, we have a new sale. Let's add a contact to this automation in ActiveCampaign. And within Zapier, there's more details, but the main idea is purchase at Gumroad. Zapier sees the purchase and says, ActiveCampaign, wake up, new purchase coming in. And over in ActiveCampaign, let's get to that automation. There is one for the product purchase of the project pack. And that's right here. So load. Now, to start this automation, we can have, Zapier just said, run the automation, add contact to automation. And there's all kinds of parameters to just define which product goes to which automation. But I'll tell you, I set that up so that this automation is going to run. And we have another one of these webhook links that looks kind of like the other one. Add to course ID number 98, which is the product they're purchasing. So over here in Gumroad, they're buying something on Gumroad that's going to deliver a quick little download. But, I don't want them to have the download get lost on their computer and then they don't know where it is and then they forget to look at it and then we're just lost in space. So what I did is I deliver the purchase immediately when they buy it on Gumroad. And they can see what it is. They can see what it's all about. And in my industry, Gumroad's really popular. So it's like a very easy way for people to download a free lead magnet, get a PDF, get a video, or download a short little audio thing. Then they're going to get access inside MemberVault with follow-up emails where I can say, hey, how did you like the project pack? What did you use it for? Can you share your work in our group? And I want to follow up. I want to make sure they're engaged. I want to make sure they do the lesson, consume the content, get the result, get the benefit, have fun, feel good, and actually share a testimonial about it by showing the rest of us what they used it for. Full circle. It's not just, take the money and run. It's make the sale, follow up, bring the person into your community, have them involved with other people, have them get feedback from other people. It's all about the engagement. So what I'm doing is using the purchase at Gumroad, again, to go through Zapier. They buy it. Zapier adds a contact to the automation and ActiveCampaign. Put this in order over here. ActiveCampaign says, aha, Gumroad has started a purchase. Let's post the contact to this product in MemberVault. Now, here's the user. I did my test user, Steve user nuts. Watch what happens when I click into this activity log. And this is why I love MemberVault, because you can see what your people are doing. So let's go to the activity log. And what do we see right on top? April 25th, that's today. Added to product, project pack, 125 BPM. And look at this, webhook-AC. Which tells me the webhook worked. But if I look at this later, I can see, oh, well, if they got added to this project pack from the webhook, that means they made a purchase somewhere else. The webhook kicked through, told MemberVault, here's the name, here's the email address, stick them in this product and give them access. So now I can send a follow-up email and say, hey, thanks for your purchase. Really appreciate it. I'd love to hear what you do with this. Click in here and drop a link to your feedback work or whatever. And it's all connected in one nice, smooth system to lead the user, your user, not you, the account owner, but your people, your customers, your clients. You can lead them from a purchase to a welcome email to the experience of playing with your content to the follow-up of engaging with it, completing lessons, completing modules, earning bonuses, collecting EP, getting celebrations on screen. All the fun things we can do with MemberVault are much easier when you have webhooks telling MemberVault, here's a new person. Came in from Samcart. It came in from PayPal and Stripe on another shopping cart. It came in from Gumroad. It came in from wherever. Came in from clicking a link on your email, not licking a link, clicking a link on your email. And then all of a sudden, MemberVault has all this fun stuff that you can do with the people who are engaging with whatever you have out there as your triggers. So I hope that makes sense. It's really actually a pretty simple thing. Just remember, Webhook is communication with MemberVault and another site. So finally, if you happen to be using a different email platform that's not available for the main integrations, then you might want to send data out from MemberVault to your other email service or Zapier. So I just loaded up one of my products and I went to the actions section. So here's actions, right? You open up actions, go down to add a new action. When this happens, added to product, and I put buy now from the MemberVault shopping cart. Now I'm going to call a webhook, and let's say I'm going to paste in the webhook that I copied right from the other place, which is ID 100, which means if a person, in this example, remember ID 100 was my sub hub, that's my free subscriber hub. So in this example, if a person came in as a raw new visitor, cold traffic, never signed up, never heard of me before, not on my email list, they came in from outer space, saw my MemberVault, and they're like, I'm going to binge and buy on this product. That might happen. So now I want to have them buy this product, call the webhook, and this is going to send information out to the other location and give the email address, first name, and last name. Now, in this case, this webhook goes to ActiveCampaign, so it's not really necessary because ActiveCampaign is connected. But if you didn't have ActiveCampaign, your URL would be different. It would say, it would go to another location to deliver the contact info so that your email service is going to know that this person with this name and this email address bought that product, and now you can follow up with them and set up your emails. That's all we're doing. It's just making a connection so that you can have an activity in MemberVault translate to an activity in another site. So going out from MemberVault, person buys something, you send the contact info to an external email service, and then you can deliver your email sequences, your onboarding, your welcome, all of the fun stuff. Click here to go to lesson 2. Oh, you finished lesson 2. Click here to go to lesson 3. Set up all that fun stuff somewhere else, and you can use the webhooks to translate EP or activities or any kind of any of these triggers. They complete a lesson, show a celebration. Nope, let's call a webhook. Or let's say they pass a quiz, call a webhook. How about this one? Choose quiz answer. That's a new option that's really fun, which means you can have a quiz and say, what do you like best, A, B, or C? And they click B. You can have a webhook that says, when they click B, send them email sequence B. That's like, let's say A, B, and C is like real estate for professionals, real estate for amateurs, real estate for teenagers, whatever. And then they click B, they're self-segmenting, and you can send them an email sequence. It's like, oh, real estate for amateurs. Here's the first thing you need to learn. And you could customize how you're going to follow up based on their quiz answer. That should be a whole different lecture. But the point is, webhooks are fun, and you can use them in a really cool way. Most people generally are going to use webhooks for something coming into MemberVault from external purchase or email activities like clicking a link or something like that. And you find them in your integrations in the advanced setting, just like we looked at over there. For if you're not so used to this, we could say, oh, okay, ConvertKit, what do we do? Well, let's say ConvertKit clicks, ConvertKit tag is clicked link 3. Whatever. Let's say you have ConvertKit, you set up a tag that happens when people click a link, and then you can add user to product, the subhub, add product webhook, click that button. Well, my ConvertKit's not connected, but that's what you would do to have MemberVault create a custom webhook to perform that activity. And each of the different email services have their own custom thing. So I can only demonstrate ActiveCampaign because that's integrated right now. I hope that makes sense. A lot of people ask about webhooks, and I remember when I first started, I didn't quite get what they were until Mike said, look, it's a message coming from somewhere else into MemberVault, tells MemberVault what to do. That's what it is. And then I started using it, and honestly, it's not that hard to set up. Try it, set it up, use it. And as I said at the beginning, if you're not sure in your mind what this is all about, write it out on a piece of paper. Say, draw a little box that says email, link. And then step 2, clicks link. Step 3, email service sees the link. Step 4, webhook. Draw out the series of steps that have to happen, and then you can connect each piece, and then you can test it, and you'll see that it's going to work. That's it for this episode. Thanks for listening, everybody. Stay tuned for upcoming stuff on comments and notifications and really cool features that are going to get released in the very near future. And thank you so much for listening. I'm Steve Knotts. I'll see you next time.